Tere, minun nimi on Howie Fitzmaurice and welcome to the Estonian Cricket Weekly. Before we get started, please like the video and subscribe to the channel to help us spread Estonian cricket to the world. It was semi-finals week in Estonia with the top 4 teams in each competition facing off for a spot in the finals. In the first T20 semi-final, the Strikers took on the Hippos and the Hippos won the toss and chose to bowl first. The Strikers started strongly with 53 runs scored from the first 5 overs before Max Sedgwick struck twice in the 6th, removing Arslan and Etisham. Habib Khan played a fantastic lone role, building 86 from 55 balls and took the score to 138 for the loss of 5 wickets. Some good hitting from the tail took the score up to 165 for 7. Ben Jones and Marco Vike provided some very solid opening partnership for the Hippos with no wickets falling until the 13th over. When Ben Jones was dismissed for 48, the Hippos needed 70 runs from the final 48 balls. Dave Robson and Stu Hook both fell cheaply and the Hippos could not maintain the required run rate, giving the Strikers an 18-run win and a spot in the final. Semi-final 2 saw United up against the Stallions. Stallions batted first and got off to a blistering start with 50 from the first 4 overs before United hit back with 2 quick wickets in the 5th. Zishan, Ram and Rafak then continued the carnage, punishing the United bowling with boundaries to all corners of the ground. Murali dismissed Rafak with a sharp caught and bowled from the final ball but couldn't stop the Stallions posting and imposing 209 for the loss of 5 wickets. United knew they had to go hard from the start but lost 3 wickets in the power play to leave them 55 for 3 from 6 overs. Angkor and Nan took the score to 115 from 11 overs before Angkor fell for 38 from 19 balls. From that point on, both runs and wickets came in quick order and by the 18th, the required run rate had hit 20.5 with just 3 wickets remaining. A swashbuckling 33 from 26 from Murali wasn't quite enough, with United falling 30 runs short and the Stallions through to the final. In the high 40-40 semi-final number 1, we saw United and the Stallions face off again. Stallions batted first and made a steady start with the openers taking the score to 77 before Aditya fell to Murali. Bamukti fell cheaply before Chetaya and Saif put on a 194-run partnership for the 4th wicket. Chetaya fell for 51 and then Saif was finally dismissed for 195 from 125 balls, leaving the score on 295 with 3 overs left. The Stallions' middle order then enjoyed a couple of overs of hitting before finishing on 328 for 5. United found themselves needing nearly 9 runs and over and looked to make a quick start but ended up losing their first 4 wickets for just 12 runs. 2 more wickets fell on the 6th. That was to leave them at 31 for 6 and giving Ram figures of 4 for 12. Murali and Ajit then combined for a 71-run partnership before Ajit was dismissed for 45. And then the wickets started to fall quickly again before heavy rain forced the game to be abandoned, with United on 111 for the loss of 9 wickets. Stallions were awarded the match and go through to the final. In the high 40-40 semi-final number 2 saw the Strikers against the Hippos. Hippos won the toss and batted first, losing Ben Jones early. Marco Vike then continued his impressive form, scoring 62 before his dismissal, leaving the Hippos on 113 for 2. The middle order took the score to 172 for 5 with 10 overs remaining, but the wickets began to fall and despite some good hitting from Kala, the Hippos were eventually bowled out for a 219. The Strikers' openers opted for maximum attack as they flayed the Hippos to all parts of the ground. The first 100 runs was up in the 11th over and by the time Habib was dismissed for 89 from 52 balls, the game was just about gone for the Hippos. Arslan fell shortly after for 68 from 41 balls, leaving the Strikers 53 runs to win from nearly 25 overs. A few wickets fell, but it was Marjarul who steadily chipped away at the target and with the rain pelting down, Gull hit the winning runs to cap off a very impressive win for the Strikers who will join the Stallions in the final. Congratulations to the Talon Strikers and the Talon Stallions for both making the T20 and 40 over final this year. Best of luck this weekend. In milestones this week, congratulations to Murali Oberle, who took his 100th EPL wicket last Saturday, becoming the 5th player to achieve this feat. Well done, Murali, and we hope to see you taking wickets for many years to come. Last Sunday, members of the Estonian women's squad travelled to Finland to take part in the Women's Metropolitan Trophy at Karaba. ECA Operations Manager Terry O'Connell travelled with the team, and here is his report.
An Estonian women's team was invited to participate in the Women's Metropolitan Trophy, a six-a-side softball tournament organised by Cricket Finland and played at their national cricket ground, Kerava. There were 4 teams in total. In round 1, Estonia was up against Play Cricket Suomi 1. Estonian captain Anna-Mari Vesik won the toss and elected to bowl. And it was the skipper who got the first wicket. In the second over, thanks to a brilliant one-handed catch by wicketkeeper Ragnar Halleck off an inside edge. The team produced good tight overs, restricting PCS 1, especially Natalie Tikhonravova, who only went for 4 runs off her 1 over. But it was the captain who led from the front, taking a great caught and bowled in her second over and following it up with a direct hit for a run out. PCS 1 ended up with 39 for 3 off their 6 overs. The chase was fairly easy due to most of the PCS 1 bowlers bowling 30 wides. Janneke Horn and Anna-Mari didn't get much of a chance to bat as a result, but it was a risk-free partnership and both batters finished not out and scored the runs in 5.3 overs. In round 2, we played PCS 2. This time we lost the toss, but still got to bowl first as planned. None of the bowlers managed to pick up any wickets, and there were a few more wides and no balls than in the first game. But the fielding was still excellent. Surly Pattenden executed a direct hit run out, and then she and Janneke Horn combined for another one. Anna-Mari none for 1 from 1 over, Janneke none for 10 from 2 overs, and Amy Nicole Pattenden none for 4 from 1 over, were the most economical of the bowlers. PCS 2 scored 38 for 2 from 6 overs. In response, Ragnar Halleck and Janneke Horn opened the batting. Again, most of the runs came from extras, 22 wides and 8 no balls. Ragnar scored 6 not out from 9, including a 4. Janneke was caught behind for 2 from 6, and Natalie scored 1 not out from 1 ball faced. Estonia won by 4 wickets with 1.5 overs remaining. The win meant that we were in the final and would have a rematch against PCS 1. Their star player, Divya Unhala, had been getting better and better as the day went on, picking up a hat-trick in the previous game as well as being the leading run scorer. We lost the toss and this time were sent in to bat first. Anna-Mari and Ragnar opened the batting. They started off well, Ragnar scoring an early 4 and the opposition assisting with a few wides. However, a long day was starting to have its effect and fatigue was becoming a factor preventing the batters from being able to hit as well as they can. But they never gave up and kept running well between the wickets. Ragnar was caught off a free hit and nearly got herself run out as a result of her pausing in mid-wicket, but both ended up not out with a total of 45. The PCS 1 opening pair batted intelligently and unfortunately we were unable to dismiss either of them. They were able to find the gaps and score regular boundaries and managed to chase the runs down with an over to spare. Janneke Horn was the most economical of the bowlers with none for 6 from 1. Lima Anna Dalbina bravely bowled 2 overs despite a thigh strain she picked up in the first game, and the whole team played their hearts out and did so with a fantastic spirit.
All right, massive thanks to all of you for being here today. Special thanks to Estonia for coming and visiting us. We're looking forward an invite to come over, aren't we? Yes. Okay, and then finally for the very exciting final, and of course the runners-up, well done, yeah. Esti!
Finishing second in the tournament was a great result for a team that was playing in its first games together, with a number of players who only started playing cricket less than 2 years ago. They played as a team, supporting each other at all times, and showed excellent spirit and respect to their opponents and the umpires. The Estonian team bowled the least number of wides in the tournament and only lost 1 wicket all day. They were the only team to not have a batter run out, thanks to their excellent communication between batting partners, and were the best team fielding, with Surly Pattenden being rated the second best fielder in the tournament and Anna Marie the bowler with the best economy and strike rate. Most importantly, the whole squad had fun, supported each other throughout and learnt a lot. A big thanks to Kevin Pattenden for driving the bus and to Maya and all from Cricket Finland for their wonderful hospitality.
Finals time, so let's take a look at the Sportsbet.io previews. In our T20 final, it's the Strikers v the Stallions. I'm tipping the Strikers. Well, the fact is the Strikers have only lost 1 game this year. Habib Khan in the sensational form, a quick 85 off 55 last week. As a team, they performed really well in the T20, and that's why I'm picking them. With the Stallions, though, look out for Zishan Ali, who had a 69 off 40.
So in the T20 final, I think it's going to be a really good game. Strikers have been really consistent throughout all the season, which is why they ended up top of the table. However, Stallions have been firing at the right time in the season, and my tip is Stallions.
In our high 40-40 final, it's Stallions v the Strikers, and I'm actually tipping the Stallions for this one. Saif Rahman, who knows how to play the long game, they really perform well at this level and they love the 40-over format, the Stallions, so I'm picking them. For the Strikers, though, look out for Arslan Amjad, who comes off a 68 off 41.
We've got the same 2 teams. However, I think if Strikers can bat first, they've got a really good chance to be able to set a competitive total and put some scoreboard pressure on Stallions. So this time, I'm actually going to go for Strikers.
A big weekend ahead of us with the T20 and 40 over finals, so come down to the ground and check out the action, or you can catch all of the matches live on our YouTube channel. Thanks to our sponsors, Sportsbet.io, High.com, Bluff VPN, Nord Competern and HML Project Management for their continued support of cricket in Estonia.